Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I know I just said that I wanted to be more consistent and I wanted to come back and immediately do a review on an event, spoiler, that is probably one of my favorite events that I have been to at a theme park. Yay! Obviously, Orlando Informer I feel like is in a category of its own, so I'll leave that off the list of my favorite theme park events. But in terms of an event that a theme park itself is sponsoring and doing and putting on itself, I loved this event. It was the very first Fan Fest nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. First of all, I wanted to answer the question, why do a review like this instead of just taking you guys around the parks like I normally do, where I can just like hold my vlogging camera and tell you everything in the moment? Well, my biggest concern was this was the very first event of its kind. So this was my first time going. I really wanted to experience it and give you an honest review and maybe even feedback for Universal if I had to take a survey or something, because this is an event that I super care about. I think there's so much potential with it. And I wanted to experience it firsthand as just a normal park goer. I didn't want to experience it as someone who's focused on the Instagrammable moments or trying to get really good content. So that definitely comes through in my videos because I wanted to be more in the moment, but I took a lot of videos, enough to walk you through everything, enough to show you exactly what you're getting yourself into with this event and to give some honest feedback. I have also included in this video, it's going to be a brand new grading scale because I have such a hard time when someone says rate something 1 to 10. I'm like, that is so subjective to me. I wanted to give you guys a more objective grading scale, and I'll get more into that at the very end of the video when I do talk about what I think the event has to offer and some of the things that it could work on. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the very first thing that we did at the event is we showed up 30 minutes early. There are lots of events where you have to show up way early. In fact, when I go to Oogie Boogie Bash, usually you can see just super long lines. My Skyrim arm. The event starts by dropping the ropes, everybody goes in, we are all rushing the thing, and we already had plans, so we met up with some friends. We ended up going on the Star Trek walkthrough attraction first.
Alright. Hello, again, welcome aboard the Enterprise D. Space. Final frontier.
I think that they could definitely spruce up some of the attraction, but I'll just give you a look at what it was that we did.
Alright, everyone file in quickly and safely. Alright, keep your group together. Is everybody alright? Is everyone alright? Yes? Okay, we should be safe in here. I'm so sorry about the interrupted your tour. We are trying to figure out what's going on as quickly as possible. Alright, everyone, I'm going to send you directly to engineering. If anyone here can figure out how to get systems back, it's locking me out of systems override.
Okay, well, have you considered reversing the polarity of the...
That's so hardcore!
It's destabilizing.
We're losing magnetic containment!
Okay, well, have you tried, if we...
Nothing's responding. Alert.
Red alert?
Nearest transporters for immediate evacuation.
Immediate evacuation. All right, we need to get all of you off of this ship immediately.
We always...
Access denied. Rerouting.
Rerouting? Wait, no! No, computer! Computer, what are you doing? Stop that! Take us back! Computer, we're supposed to be going down, not up. Where are you taking us? Computer respond, the panel on the wall. Pardon me, everybody. Computer, activate emergency override procedure camera 62.
Comms.
Who's doing that?
It is the entity. It is accessing a shift universal transmission.
Stand by for incoming transmission.
Greetings. We mean you no harm. We apologize for your concern. You were curious, fascinated by your kind.
Computer, scan and identify the entity.
There is currently no entry for this life form in the Federation database.
What?
You too were born of the stars. You will be remembered until next we meet.
Did we just make first contact? Yes, so we need to report this to Starfleet Command.
But first, let us get all of you to the transporters. Ready to transport, sending it to a group your way. With all and possible.
All right, everyone, move along. You heard them, Vulcan. We're gonna send you to those transporters.
My husband did think it was really cool to be able to walk through and feel like you actually were there, so that was really cool. I'll give them that. But overall, that attraction for me was a little bit underwhelming, which is fine. Not everything's going to be my thing, and that's the beauty of an event like FanFest nights, is that not every fandom is going to be for me, and this one in particular was not necessarily one that I was super stoked about. And that's just out of ignorance. That's not because I actually hate Star Trek, I'm just ignorant.
I know exactly where we're going.
Then as we walked out of the attraction, we actually saw all the One Piece characters coming out at the same time, which was kind of cool. They do a little cute hello to everybody as they're headed to their stations to take photos at their photo ops. And we weren't planning to stop and take photos with any of them at this point in time. We definitely planned that we would come back and see everybody towards the end of the night, and I think that was a good call. So after that, we decided to go to the lower lot. We start in the upper lot, go down to the lower lot, and they have their walkthrough attraction for Dungeons & Dragons, which I was super excited about as someone who does play D&D on a regular basis. I'm actually in a campaign. Hello to my fellow campaign friends on here. I'm actually in a campaign. It's really fun. It's an all-ladies campaign with my friend's husband DMing, and it is so much fun. So I was really sad I didn't get to enjoy it with them, but I was thinking of them, and they were with me in spirit.
In the heart of the deep, we stand as proud members of the Harpers, guardians of justice sworn to oppose dark forces. Within your Harpers group, 4 classes stand ready for action. Rogues, who strike from the shadows. Clerics, who wield divine flames. Fighters, who excel in battle strategy. And wizards, who are book-smart spellcasters. Our journey begins at the Curious Past, a shop filled with artifacts and mystery. Your journey begins now. Step forward, adventurers.
You're late, and here I am, Lanale Star Shadow, far too patient for my own good. We don't have much time. Now, where did I hide the quest details? Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. She is gorgeous, though. Only the skilled can awaken the magic orb. Gently touch it, and check if it answers you. You have quite the ability. Xanathar, the eagle cry of Lord, once again seeks to destroy the city of Waterdeep. This time with the dragon staff of Agarod. She has a line Have the full red dragon Cinnabon. Remove the dragon horde barrier that prevents dragons from entering the city of Waterdeep. You, along with Crockery and Evelina, leaders of the local harpers, must steal back the dragon star from him. They'll be along shortly. Well, now turn it off. Crockery and Evelina, right on time.
Can somebody order a hero? I'll take it. Yes, come on, let's go. I'll get this shot. You know, it's amazing a lot when you stand up straight. Oh, let's get a little higher. Yeah. No fighters over here? Where are roads at? I feel like
Oh, Evelina, any luck finding the rod of absorption?
I don't see that where it's wrong.
Without the rod, the dragon staff is too powerful to steal. Of course, you took Dipto's tracker.
What? He threw it out.
Mortals, the Dragon Lord no longer protects your city. Waterdeep will burn and all of your treasure will now be mine.
Surprises. It's time for a fun away!
I was right. It is a puzzle. There's colors.
Yeah, famous last words, okay. You all ready? Here we go. You'll all be fine. Nothing to worry about here. Okay, I just want to get power from the dragon staff, and we'll be all right. Okay. There it is.
Steal from Xanathar. No, no, no! Disintegrate! Xanathar is the rightful owner of the Dragon Staff. But don't worry, I'll make sure your deaths are quick. Slow! Do you really think you can steal from Xanathar and live to tell the tale? It's time to take a deep, permanent sleep. Ow! My baby!
Quickly, everyone! Vicious mockery! Now!
You're terrible.
Get out of my sight!
Never come
My
together
Silgar! I'll protect you!
Evie, let me help you.
No, I can do it.
Hang on, Evie. Stroll tonight. Portal.
Brainless slime
Ignite.
buckets!
Bye!
Bye, Xanathar.
Bye, Xanathar!
Stay with me, Evie.
So tired.
I'm tired too. I've been here the whole time. What do you mean? I was here. Come on, Evie.
I feel like it's all a dream.
What's gonna happen if another monster shows up?
I'll take care of it.
It's time to wake up the dead.
Spicy! Did we do it?
Yup. The dragon staff is in me bag and your wand is right there.
Foolish Throckery and Evelina! Did you really think you did this yourselves? It was I, Lanale Star Shadow!
This thing is alive.
Nothing can stop me now.
Light her up, Evie.
Welcome to the cult of the dragon!
The wand of lightning bolt says yours!
Wow! The dragon staff is secure! Waterdeep has been saved! Our mission is complete!
And I have my new friends to thank for it.
Oh, Evelina has friends. I'm speechless now.
Speechless. When?
We will secure this. You need to go to the First Row Tavern and secure a drink. Until our next adventure, our harbor friends.
This attraction was so cool that I had to not do it once. I had to go back and do it a second time because the first time I felt like I didn't really get to see up close and personal the creatures that I wanted to see. Obviously you can see everything, but in terms of getting good footage for you guys and just for my own personal sake of having good footage of this stuff, I really wanted to go back and do it a second time. It was a very cool walkthrough attraction. And as someone who is an actual legitimate fan of D&D, I would say they hit it out of the park. Then we went across to Super Nintendo World, which had a very cute little Yoshi meet and greet, which is not something that they typically have during the day. It is an exclusive thing for those who are coming to FanFest nights. And the line was pretty long, so I didn't necessarily stay, but I wanted to see him come out.
Everyone give it up for Yoshi!
And I did see signage for a Yoshi egg hunt, and I didn't really know what that was going into it. I just heard good things from a friend of mine saying that it was fun. So we decided to come back later in the latter half of the evening and like with D&D and do that for ourselves and then get the prize at the end of it, which I'll get into at the very end. Something weird about this event though is that Super Nintendo World does close at midnight. I know I didn't specify the time of the event, but the event goes from 7 p.m. all the way until 2 a.m., which is pretty nuts, but that's pretty standard for like the Horror Nights time frame. And I would guess that as this event grows and as the crowd levels grow, you probably are going to need more time to do things. At this early in the event, we really didn't need as much time because there was hardly any lines. We didn't pay for any exclusive access to anything, no early entry. We did everything just very normal with the baseline ticket rate, and we managed to get everything done. But having said that, with the land closing at midnight, we did know that we needed to keep that in the back of our mind. We have to get back here before it closes because I really wanted to do that egg hunt. Next up was the studio tour, which for this event only, it's not the studio tour, it's actually the tram takes you all the way back to the 50s and it transports you all the way back to the Back to the Future lot where they let you roam free. It's not just roaming free. It's not like one of those you're just walking around taking a couple photos and getting back on and going back. This was a whole event, I feel like a whole party on its own. Personally, I think that if they would have just done this as an event and said, we're just gonna have a party at the back lot of Back to the Future where we're gonna dress everything the way that it was for the movie and have these interactions, I would say it's still worth the ticket price and still worth going because this was probably the coolest thing. And I would say too, something that is very exclusive to Universal Studios Hollywood. There's not very many places that you can go where something iconic was actually filmed there, and then you can go back and have a party on that lot. I think that is just really amazing. It makes you feel like you're a part of something bigger, something historic and iconic, and I had so much fun. You can see from the footage that I took that there were several interactions going on. It's about a 45-minute set from start to finish where they have all the characters going around the lot, doing different things in different moments, but those iconic scenes that kind of build out the plot of the whole story of Back to the Future, and then the whole thing ends with a very fun projection on the actual iconic clock tower, and spoiler, I'm going to show you the footage, it's really cool.
Tram won't quite reach 88 miles per hour. Not even close. But don't worry, I've already accounted for that. You won't even notice the time jump. One moment you're here, and the next, bam, destination Hill Valley, 1955. Keep your eyes open. Observe everything. Interact with the locals. And most importantly, have fun. Time travel is a very rare privilege, so make the most of it. All right? Let's synchronize our watches. And off you go!
Thanks, Doc. Well, we are well on our way, folks. Since time travel can be disorienting, here are some traveler tips.
Oh yeah, there he is.
It's a wonder that we reckon.
Sorry, everybody, I'm sorry. I'm leaving. I'll be back in an hour, and you better not be. Get out of the way. He's talking to you.
Go find Lorraine. I just, yeah.
Whoa, eyes are up here, pal. Eyes are up here.
You're leaning a little weird. Got a rash or something? That's a little concerning.
Only I can look at Bib's pants.
And you're not helping him out. What's up with better you? Apparently an unconcerned one at that.
Can I help you?
Ladies and gentlemen of Hill Valley, welcome to the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. Please extend your applause to Miss Barbara Hayes for all her efforts in putting this together. Now I want you all to remember that this is a school-sponsored event. So there will be no slacking here tonight. I will notice, just try me. Now, enjoy the band. Thank you, Mr. Strickland. And one more thing, I will be doing perimeter checks. And I will be issuing detention as needed. Beginning with you, young lady.
Good evening, thank you. We're Marvin and the Starlighters, and we're gonna make this a night to remember. That all right? So let's get it started.
came through and worked. We laid out Biff in one punch. I didn't know he had an enemy who's ever served to Biff in his life. All right. Let's set your destination time. This is the exact time you left. Let's send you back at exactly the same time. It'll be like you never left. Now, that's where you start from. I'm calculating the precise distance, taking into account the acceleration speed and wind-resistant French collective for the moment the lightning strikes, which will be exactly 7 minutes and 22 seconds. When this alarm goes off, you hit the gas. Right. In about 30 years? I hope so. Don't worry. As long as you hit that wire with a connecting hook at precisely 88 miles an hour, the instant the lightning strikes the tower, everything will be fine. Time circuits on, flux capacitor.
This place had everything. They had the whole dance, they had live music, they had photo ops, not just any photo ops too. These are very specific to people who love Back to the Future. We got to take a picture in front of the iconic clock tower. There's also an out of time license plate with the flames going. That was insane. You can take a picture in front of the DeLorean with an Einstein dog. It was just way over the top done, and I think so awesome, and something definitely that you can't get at any other event anywhere. Also, one of the best parts of an event like this that I personally love is I love seeing the fact that there are so many different fandoms represented, and not only are they represented, but you get to kind of see the clash of the fandoms where we're standing there watching the band perform in a 50s dance kind of setting, and we're watching these Trekkies in full Star Trek garb dancing in the middle of the dance floor. It's just one of the funniest things, and so cool just to see those kinds of worlds collide and just enjoy these things together as a group of nerds. So after that, we went up to Hogsmeade. I guess I shouldn't say up because it's still all in the upper lot. But we went to Hogsmeade, which is the Harry Potter area, and we were able to see an Occamy and a Niffler from the Fantastic Beasts franchise. And they had lots of fun foods and things like that. We didn't necessarily try things, but I did hear that some of the stuff was very good.
I'm sure we'll have it. I'm sure any second. I'm sure any minute. Are you having a laugh, mate? You think this is funny? Oh, we got it!
And then we stayed for the light show, which was on the Hogwarts castle called Hogwarts Always. And it was actually a light show that was created exclusively for this event. You can't see it outside of this event. And it was really cool. They did like a whole show. You know what? I'll just show you.
We are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
There's only one place to find all them bits and bobs for doing your wizardry. That is, of course, if you know where to go.
There you are. It is I, the Sorting Hat. Try me on, and we shall see which house you ought to be. Perhaps you are wise, keepers of truth, the ready mind of Ravenclaw, always astute. Maybe you're loyal, maybe you're kind, just of heart, and Hufflepuff of mind. Is it power you seek by any means? A Slytherin you are, so it seems. For the brave at heart, the courageous few, the House of Gryffindor welcomes each and every one of you. House is sorted, the year ready to begin. Your triumphs will be rewarded. Defiance will do you in. A house cup to the champions. Who of you shall win?
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. Together now, wands in the air, and at the ready. Lumos Solid! We all have both light and dark inside us. What matters most is the part we choose to act on. For patience, loyalty, and dedication, this year's House Cup winner is Hufflepuff! While we may come from different places and speak in different tongues, with only a touch of magic, our hearts beat as one. Hogwarts, always.
And this show happens every 30 minutes. After that, we went to go check out the Jujutsu Kaisen theatrical, I don't know exactly what you want to call it. It's a show. It's like watching an episode of Jujutsu Kaisen from home, but you get to see it in that theater where they typically have the Kung Fu Panda, or it used to be Shrek, where the chairs move and they have the special effects and things in the room. The show was called Hunger of the Cursed, and I had to confirm because I thought it sounded familiar, but I'm pretty sure they also did that same thing in Universal Studios Japan. So yes, it does have some overlap with another park, but not very many of us get to make it all the way out to Japan. So it was really cool to get to see something that they've done as a seasonal release in Japan here in the States. Which brings up a really important point that I want to make too about this event. I think that the fact that anime has been incorporated into this event is a stroke of genius. I think that the anime community is underrepresented in the theme parks for some reason, and I don't really understand why, because anime is huge. It's not just huge in Japan, it is huge in the United States, and I'm really excited about the fact that Universal seems to be taking this really seriously and that they're understanding what the people want.
Jujutsu Kaisen, Aka. Kyosuke, Murasaki.
So on top of all of that, there is also the one-piece photo ops that we went around just kind of looking at people. I didn't necessarily need any photos with anybody, but I was excited to see all the characters. And to see everybody else dressed up in character, that's really fun too. And then in the plaza area up in the upper lot, they actually had a big stage and a really fun band playing. They were playing all the good music. We also did stop and eat something because it had been many hours, so we went down to the D&D Tavern to check it out downstairs, down the escalators. It's not the best lighting, but this is a Hunter's Mark. It's like a beef au jus sandwich. Whoa, my husband coming in with the good lighting, thank you. Beef au jus sandwich, and this is, what did they call this again? I forget what it was called. I think that sandwich that I had, I don't know if it was the cold air, I don't know if it was just being up for many hours, but that was one of the best things I've had at a theme park. It was so good. The amount of meat that they put on it, it was this like beef sandwich with this cheese fondue. It was so good. I just couldn't have asked for anything better right in that moment. They also had some fun things like a gelatinous cube, which I didn't want to pay for because I was like, I don't want to pay, I don't know, probably for Jell-O or something weird. That just didn't sound appetizing to me, but it was right on theme. They had a lot of options like that, lots of drinks, different things to try, so it was a really cool event, honestly. So that gets to what I alluded to at the beginning. What am I planning to grade this event? Not that my opinion necessarily matters, but I just want to give you guys who are thinking about in the future maybe attending this event, if it does happen again next year, hopefully it does. Or if you are thinking about buying tickets at the last minute to go this year, let me see what the last date is. Okay, so it's going on until May 18th, so you have till May 18th to make it. You can do it, I believe in you. It's so much fun, it is worth the trip, but let's get into the grading for this event overall. First of all, I want to thank all of you guys on Instagram, my faithful friends who have given me some good feedback about some of the things that are important to you about an event, especially when it comes to theme park events. I have lots of friends who go to lots of events, so I got some very good feedback. So the first category is price, because I know that this ticket was, I want to say it was about $80, I think is how much it ran for. For our tickets, we did get a discount for being past members. It was $74. I think they typically run $80 a night. I think that's super, super reasonable. Disneyland events, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Disneyland events and how much they charge, but for Oogie Boogie Bash, it can run you anywhere from $130 to even $150. Just for one person, and so with that ticket price comes a really elevated expectation of what you're going to experience. I would say with a $74 to $80 ticket range, that really lowers the expectations, which is really funny because I think that this event accomplished a lot more and has a potential to accomplish a lot more in the future than even these $150 to $200 events that are going on. But that's the Disney price tag. So if I'm going to give 5 points, total 1 point being the lowest amount that I can give for price, I would say 5 out of 5. I think that it's totally worth the price for the number of attractions that you get to experience and the amount of things that you get to do. Also, I just think $80 in general is a fairly reasonable amount. Well done, Universal. Well done. The second category for my grading is going to be theming. Was the theme interesting enough for people? Was the theme obvious enough? When you're walking throughout the park, did it seem like it had a theme, or was it just kind of like, general event happening? Well, for this event, I think they knocked it out of the park with that. They did even change some of the quick service restaurants during the day to be themed in accordance with what the Fan Fest nights were going to be in the area. So they did have a One Piece themed area. They did have a whole Jujutsu Kaisen little quick service snack place. They did have great theming when it came to the D&D tavern. I thought that was really fun. Even the foods I thought were fun. Overall, I think it was really fun, and I think it was really well done. And even though they did have a couple of DJs that were which I think is really fun too, but they did have a couple of DJs, which you might think, how does that really fit into the ambiance of the theme overall? I actually think the DJs did a really great job of playing music that I think made sense for the demographic of people that were going to be there for the Fan Fest nights. And kudos to you guys for even thinking about those things, because it would be easy just to say, let's just, whatever, just put some music on in the background, or don't even do that at all. And it would still be a fun event, but I think that really elevated the theming for everything. So for 1 to 5, I would probably give the theming overall of the event, I would say a 4. I say a 4 because I think it's not quite a 5, it's not perfect. They definitely could add more. Obviously, with Super Nintendo World and Harry Potter in Hogsmeade, you're going to get the natural ambiance of the theming because they always have that happening. But I do think that for going forward, if they are to expand into other things, like even anime and things like that, I think they definitely could add some things. So my third category is just blanket food and merch. That could be theming, that could be, is it good? I would say food and merch, the merch was good. I thought they had a lot of really cool options and quite a plethora, because they did have something, I think, from almost every part of FanFest nights. Although I didn't see anything for Jujutsu Kaisen specifically. I did see food, but not merch specifically, and I think maybe that could be improved. But other than that, I think that was good. The food itself, like I said, I'd heard some negative reviews of the food. I personally did not have that experience. My food was really good, and I thought there were a lot of things that looked appetizing. I could have tried a lot of things. So I would give the food and merch a 5 out of 5. I know that's surprising, and people are gonna probably hate me for that, but that was just my experience, so 5 out of 5 for me. The fourth category that I have, and it might sound really weird to have this as just its own broad category, is the people. And I'm not saying that this is necessarily any fault of Universal or Disney or whoever puts on an event themselves, but I do think a big part of an event is the people that go. Are the people that are going really into it? And I think this event, I automatically am giving the people a 5 out of 5. For the first year doing this, I think it was incredible to see how many people were fully dressed up, fully in cosplay. I myself was regretting the fact that I didn't do it because I love doing that, and I was thinking, oh, I don't know, it's the first time, maybe people aren't going to be that into it. No, they were, and it made it so much more fun because everybody was just all in. They didn't care. They were having a great time. You could take photos with your friends dressed up fully in character, and I thought that was just a great addition to the event. So 5 out of 5 for the people for this event. And the fifth and final category is going to be organization, or what did I say? Oh, organization or execution, however you want to say that. And that pertains to, I wrote my notes down here so that I would not forget what my categories include. Crowd levels, how they coped with the crowd levels, how many activities or attractions were offered. And I've got to say, for this event, they had very low crowd levels. It was a good amount of people. It didn't feel like a ghost town by any means, but I felt like it was very manageable. There was nothing crazy. That's not to say that's not going to change in the future, but for this time around, I think they were prepared for a lot more people, and it was obvious that the fact that they didn't have that many people was really great because we could just breeze through lines and do whatever we wanted to do. As far as how many attractions and activities there were, I would say they definitely could beef that up a little bit. I think they included a lot, and I think given the amount of time that we had, definitely it wasn't an exorbitant extra amount of time that we had. You didn't have to go back and do several things over again. I could have spent a lot more time in the 50s Back to the Future area, but I didn't. So with all that being said, I would probably give the environment, the, what did I say, organization and execution side of it a 4 out of 5. I think that's only because they definitely can expand, and I think in the future, if they do this again, hopefully they will. And one of my intelligent, smart, experienced Instagram friends mentioned that exclusives is something that they really look forward to in an event. And I can't say that I disagree. So I wanted to throw that one in there just as a bonus points. Obviously, it is exclusive in the sense that the theme is specifically exclusive. But what I will say, and what I forgot to include at the end of my day, was that we actually, when we went back and did the Yoshi egg hunt, something really cool is that if you completed it, you then were able to come back, bring your little medallion and show them that you finished, and they let you into an exclusive, not just exclusive to Universal Studios Hollywood, but exclusive anywhere, photo op opportunity is redundant, photo opportunity with either a pink or a blue Yoshi. And I would say that generally speaking, it felt very exclusive. Like they don't do these kinds of themes anywhere else. You're not going to see One Piece in Universal Studios Hollywood outside of this. Although I hope that they, fingers crossed to keep doing that, I really hope that they do continue to bring anime and things like that into the parks, because I do think there is a huge hunger for it and we all want to see it. So the bonus points for that, I'm going to give it a 4 extra bonus points out of 5. So total, I'm not good at math here. I promise I'm gonna get good at these reviews. This is my very first time doing this review. This is my very first time doing this review system. So with all that being said, thank you for joining me for that review, and I will see you guys next time I've got something going on, which should be the 70th Disneyland Resort anniversary. That's gonna be super fun. All right, see you there.